Today's video is all about Westminster, pros and cons, and what you should be expecting when you move to Westminster, Colorado. Let's jump into it. This channel is everything that you need to know about moving to Colorado and what it's like to eat, sleep, and play in Colorado. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Also, if you're looking to make a move here to Colorado, feel free to shoot me an email or a text or give me a call anytime. I love making these videos, but I love helping my clients out more. So let's jump into it. So like I said, today's video is all about Westminster, Colorado, and the pros and the cons of living in Westminster. We'll go ahead and just jump into the pros and kind of a little bit what Westminster is like. One of the pros that I've talked about several times in my other videos is just the distance between Denver and Boulder. It makes it really nice to be able to commute. It's about a 20-minute commute to Denver and to Boulder. So you just jump on 36 out here from Westminster, and then you can hop up to I-25 to get to Denver, or if you just continue on to 36 West, that's going to bring you down to Boulder. Really nice and close there. The other pro is that there's just a lot to do here in Westminster. So we have a library, bowling alley, rec center, shopping centers. There's a few golf courses. There's a putt-putt golf place, go-karts. There's definitely plenty to do in Westminster. You're not going to find yourself bored here. There's also a bowling alley, a movie theater, ice skating rink where I used to play hockey, as well as gyms, CrossFit gyms, Orange Theory Fitness, Home Depot. Everything that you could want is right here in Westminster. There's even a community college here in Westminster called Front Range Community College as well. So one of the cons about living in Westminster, and not even necessarily living in Westminster, but one of the cons about Westminster is just how competitive it is. So right now, if you are looking to purchase a home in Westminster, Westminster is one of those areas that it is just very competitive to be finding a house. Westminster is one of those hot spots, just like Broomfield, Erie, some of those kind of areas, just for the reason that it's centrally located and you're very close to a bunch of different things. That's what makes Westminster so attractive, and then that's also what makes it competitive when you're trying to buy a house. Now, on the flip side of that, though, when you are finally into a house, one of the pros is that houses in Westminster are appreciating very quickly. There are a lot of desirable neighborhoods. Some of those include North Park, Legacy Ridge, The Ranch, Highlands Green. There is definitely some condos, there's single family homes, townhouses. So there's a good mix of all the different styles of homes. I would say the majority of housing here is single family homes. However, there is quite a bit of townhouses, and then I would say probably not as many condominiums. There is also some senior living here in Westminster as well. The school system here is Jeffco school system. Most of the schools are feeding into, and here in Westminster are feeding into either Legacy High School, or the other ones are feeding into Stanley Lake. So if you have kids, those are kind of the schools that you're going to there. The other great thing is on the far north side of Westminster is we do have an outdoor shopping mall called The Orchard. It's a very popular outdoor mall that's got a lot of different restaurants and different shops. That is definitely a hot spot here in Westminster as well. That shopping center is right up there near Erie, where there's another shopping center with a Costco, Topgolf, all that kind of stuff, which is an awesome little area over there as well. The other cons that you could consider as cons is traffic. I would not say that there's really too much traffic here. It's really not too bad. I'm definitely probably a little bit biased just because I am a native to Westminster. I grew up in Westminster. I live in Westminster right now. So I am definitely partial to Westminster and this area. The three main roads that run north and south here in Westminster are Federal, Sheridan Boulevard, and Wadsworth Boulevard. Out of all of those roads, I would say probably Wadsworth gets congested the most, but out of all three of those, it's really not too bad on the traffic side. There is also an RTD station that's right off of 92nd and 36, so it is nice to be able to either drive over to the bus station, or if you're close enough, you can walk down to the bus station. There is buses that run throughout Westminster, so if you are riding on the bus, this is a great form of transportation for you. So Westminster is on the west side of I-25, so the other great thing is if you're driving down west, you're going to be getting a nice old view of the mountains, which is awesome. That's one of my favorite parts. As I mentioned before, there's plenty to do here. We have an awesome rec center. They have slides and cool pool area for the kids, as well as like a rope swing and all that kind of stuff. Right over by the rec center, there's a bunch of soccer fields and a pond area. There's a lot of trail running. So there's a trail that runs right through Westminster that goes for miles and into Broomfield and I think all the way over into Thornton. So there's an awesome trail system here. I think it's a great community. I think it's a great place to raise kids. It's nice, safe community and just typically what you think of when you think of the suburbs. So now if you're somebody who is looking for some nice open space and acreage and stuff, or if you're looking to be more out in the rural, I would say that could be a con. Is, you are pretty packed in here with houses and shopping centers and all that kind of stuff. There is open space, but it's not just a whole lot of open space. You don't feel like you're out in the countryside like you would feel if you were, say, out in Frederick or Firestone. That's kind of how I felt back probably about 10 years ago when I was living. Wow, that was a long time ago. That's how I was feeling about 15 years ago when I was, living in Broomfield. There was just nothing out there, and now it's all just been grown up. So that would be one con, is I do miss like that rural feel, or, just a bunch of open space. I would say for the most part, a lot of the builders here are very solid builders. There's definitely some new builds, some houses that were built in the 1970s, 1960s, as well as, 2000s. So there's a good mix of different builds of homes and a lot of, like I said, a lot of highly sought after neighborhoods, great communities with golf courses, Legacy Ridge and the Ranch, as well as Highland Greens. There's just a bunch of beautiful homes there on the golf courses. So if you're looking for a house on a golf course with amazing views, this could be your spot. Most of these neighborhoods around here have pool communities too. So pool communities, as well as like tennis courts for some of these different areas, sand beach volleyball. So the neighborhoods are very nice. They have great communities. HOAs, from what I've kind of experienced, aren't too bad considering all the amenities that you get. So if you're looking for a great place that's centrally located right in between Denver and Boulder, just easy to get to different places and a lot to do, I think Westminster would be a great place for you to check out and look at all the different neighborhoods and all that there is to do in Westminster. So if you have any more questions about Westminster, or if you're looking to make a move here, feel free to drop it in the comments, give me a call, shoot me an email or a text, and I'd love to help you out, and we'll see you on the next video.